Hi, I'm Wade.
And I'm Lorraine.
And we are
On the Off-Ramp.
And today we are traveling from Radium Hot Springs to probably Medicine Hat. We are on our way home. We're not sure if we're going to do 1 day or 2 days, but one stop in Medicine Hat probably.
Yeah, we haven't booked. We're going to see what it looks like. One thing that's wonderful is that we get one last beautiful look at the mountains as we make this drive.
Yeah, it's going to be tough saying goodbye.
Look at the goats.
Oh, lots of them.
Goats on the side of the hill.
Mountain sheep.
Wade and I not only pulled over for this stop, we actually drove past it, turned around, and came back. I just love the way the sun was shining on the top of those mountains. We're driving in the morning, not so early, more like around 9 o'clock, and it's giving us a little bit more freedom on the highway to kind of slow down and look at a few things. Wow, we're really noticing that we're climbing higher and higher up on these roads and getting closer and closer to the snow. Clearly we are going up in altitude. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I think we have one more large climb to get through yet, and that would be the Continental Divide. So somewhere up ahead, I'm not sure where, but somewhere that's coming as well.
Wow, I'm so thankful we had all those repairs done to the van, because I'm not sure how this climb would have been if we hadn't done that. So I think it's working well.
Driving has been a totally different experience with the van repairs. I think they've done a good job.
As we get to the Continental Divide, we're also crossing from the British Columbia border and into the province of Alberta. Our journey east is province by province, and who knows how long it'll take before we get to Manitoba. Here we are in the beautiful mountains of British Columbia and Alberta. Continental Divide means the water flows to the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other. Need to read that sign. It says left here is Banff National Park in Alberta. Right is British Columbia and Kootenay National Park, and the sign in the middle says Continental Divide, altitude 5,382 feet above sea level. And in this spot, the water will be flowing either to the Atlantic Ocean to the left or east, and Pacific Ocean to the west. Well, Wade and I are not making a trip into Banff this time. We've been to Banff many times and love it, and we're camping there last September it was. Yep. And so as we camped there last September, we explored the area quite a bit, and guess what? We have a YouTube video on that. Do you remember the name of it?
Banff Tunnel Mountain.
Banff Tunnel Mountain.
Something like that.
We encourage you to check that out, but that's not going to be part of our explorations as we head towards east and towards Manitoba. We did not stop at Banff, but it was a great place to explore last September. As we're driving into the Alberta foothills, it's getting to be more of an open sky. I mean, take a look. You can see that rainstorm kind of in there. I don't know if we're going to end up hitting it, but this is beautiful. There's cattle on the side, and it's a bit more like what us prairie people are used to. This is Gas City Campground. I guess it's municipally owned by Medicine Hat here in Alberta. We have full hookup. It's a beautiful site, and it's a beautiful May day, and it may be our last campground of our long journey. This may be the last spot that we're staying at. I suspect we might stop one more time before we go to Manitoba, but I'm thinking this is our last campground. So I don't know if we're gonna go to a Cabela's or a Target, a Walmart or whatever. See what tomorrow brings. This is our last chance to enjoy the sunshine and of camping, and then we're home.
Hey Google, give me directions home.
Got it?
That's a pretty straight line.
Yeah, that is a pretty straight line from Medicine Hat. So we're hoping we're going to get home from Medicine Hat, but how many hours does it say that'll take us?
10 hours 38 minutes, plus there's a 1 hour time change, so it's 11 hours, let's say. So probably 12 hours by the time we get home, because we don't drive fast.
Okay, so we're leaving what time? What does that bring us to?
It's 7:18, so that would bring us home around 7 o'clock tonight,
All right,
barring any challenges.
so that's the plan, to be home by 7 tonight. Just enough time to get some of our junk out of the van and get a real shower and go to bed. All right, then this will be a pleasant drive through the prairies. Right now we are in Alberta and in Medicine Hat, and we are heading home.
Next right toward 11th Avenue Southwest, then turn left onto 11th Avenue Southwest.
As we exit this campground, we want to give you a sense of how nice it is. It's not far off the Trans-Canada, the #1 highway here in Medicine Hat.
Take the next left onto
And
11th Avenue Southwest.
it's big. The sites are fairly spacious. The trees are tall. There's shade on your site, but not privacy.
That's poplar trees, which is kind of
Yeah.
what we're used to at home.
And it's right next to a community dog park. A big one. Right there.
Continue on 11th Avenue
even-
Southwest for 1 kilometer.
Oh, Mrs. Google. They even water their grounds here, which is really nice. It keeps the grounds very nice.
This is the rest stop at the Alberta-Saskatchewan border, and so now we are entering into Saskatchewan.
One province away from home.
One province away from home is right up. So Wade and I are holding our plans loosely as we take this stretch. This is a very easy drive. 4-lane highway all the way to Winnipeg, and it's pretty much straight, right?
Yeah.
There isn't too many changes to be made as we're driving along this highway, and we're hoping to do an 11-hour drive with a time change, so we'll get home 12 hours after we start. We're wondering if that's a good idea or not, but we're holding our plans loosely. If we're feeling too tired to keep driving, we'll just find some place to pull over and have our rest.
What we're loving about driving through Saskatchewan is just, I love the open sky. And of course, you don't have a Saskatchewan view unless you've got a train. And there's so many spots on the Trans-Canada Highway where you do see a train go by. And here, this scene with cattle, I just love it. And something's weird. That cow is digging a hole. I just didn't know cows did that. There's just a big hole that this cow is digging. Do you see that?
I think he's trying to cover himself in dirt to stay cool, but I'm not 100% sure.
Who knows? But what a great scene in the prairies.
Take a look at this sign. East, Winnipeg. Except we still have how many more hours of driving left to do?
About 5.5.
5.5 more hours of going on this very straight and beautiful open skies road to home.
And flat.
And flat. It's flat compared to the coastal drive we did on the Oregon coast in California.
This is not the Pacific Coastal Highway, sadly.
This is not. But, you know, I love this. I love the familiarity of it. I like having the open sky and the beautiful clouds.
Well, 110 days ago, we crossed from Manitoba into North Dakota, and now we are getting back into Manitoba.
Wade and I are approaching Pembina Highway, which is the major highway that leaves Winnipeg and becomes the 75 highway, and that's the exit out of Canada into the U.S.
Take the Pembina Highway ramp, then merge onto Pembina Highway.
And Pembina Highway is also the to our home. So here we are on the off-ramp, heading home. And what did we learn during this trip, Wade?
Too much to discuss right here.
To hold our plants loosely. What did we learn on this trip, Wade?
Okay, hold our
Plants loosely.
600 meters, turn right.
The video is just saying.
You go ahead and talk.
So this ranch has been sitting on the bumper since since Lake Country.
No? Oh yeah, we didn't take the bike off the mountains.
Since Lake Country.
Oh, it's gone through the mountains, staying on the bumper.
So like 1,500 kilometers.
Oh, there you go.
It stayed on the bumper the whole way.
As long as the bikes did too, so that's good.
We have spent 110 days on the road, 90 days in the U.S., and we get home.
Well, and we visit family because we can hardly wait to see them. And what do we get? We both end up with COVID once we got home. So
what have we learned from
what
this?
have we learned?
Hold our plans loosely.